I really wanted to get into my hypothetical trade situation for Giannis.
Okay, continue. Yeah, let me hear it.
I think he's going to the Spurs.
Okay, why?
Why? He wants to play with that 7'5" demigod. He wants to play with Victor Wembanyama. He wants to team up with him.
You mean the 30-year pro who has yet to play a full season, fully healthy? You sure?
Actually, his rookie season, he was fully healthy.
He was, but he still didn't finish off the season. He had to. I believe he ended the season prematurely. I believe his rookie year, if I'm not mistaken.
He didn't. He played 60.
Who would be the number one guy?
Games. Who would be the number? That's Victor Wembanyama's team.
It's Giannis' team.
That's Victor Wembanyama. When you go to a team with Victor Wembanyama, that's his team. De'Aaron Fox accepted it. Giannis might have to as well.
Would Giannis accept it in the middle of his prime? Which
Giannis said it's Dame's team when Dame got traded there.
That's obviously just law. When it comes to reality, who will be the number one guy?
Victor Wembanyama.
You believe the coaching staff will give it to Wembanyama over Giannis?
100%. I mean, the coaching staff is letting Victor Wembanyama shoot 11 threes a game.
He is the only player. He never played with Giannis alongside.
And that's why it's such an intriguing thing. You have the best defensive player in the NBA. You have one of the best help defenders in the NBA in Giannis, and you pair them up. Like, if we really put into perspective, right? Giannis has had so much success with Brook Lopez as his 5-man. Victor Wembanyama is Brook Lopez on steroids. He is better than Brook Lopez in every way. Better defender, better shooter, better scorer, better passer. He is a perfect fit next to Giannis. I can't imagine anybody else who could be a better fit than Wembanyama. And that would be such a dominant tandem. You have the inside-out ability of Wemby. You have the inside domination of Giannis, which is something that Wemby lacks. And the Spurs have assets. The Spurs have probably the best draft offer possible, or the best trade compensation possible.
Forgetting the assets the Spurs have, do you personally think that Giannis would want to play with the 30 Wemby right now?
I think so, because if you go look back at my video from 2023 of Victor Wembanyama in NBA 2K23, you could see the montage where Giannis Antetokounmpo said he's an alien, he's a freak of nature. And we saw in their matchups last year in his rookie season, Giannis has a ton of respect for Victor Wembanyama and what he can do. He calls him an anomaly, he calls him an alien, he calls him an extraterrestrial. He understands what Victor Wembanyama is, and I think Giannis would love to play with him, just how De'Aaron Fox wanted to play with Wembanyama.
What do you think the trade package is going to look like?
The trade package, I think the Spurs have probably the easiest way to make the money work and make the assets match.
Definitely.
You have Keldon Johnson, $17 million. You have Harrison Barnes, $19 million. Throw in Dylan Harper. You could have Devin Vassell in there as well, but assuming you want to try and keep Vassell, you could do Dylan Harper, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Sohan, Keldon Johnson, every Atlanta first-round pick you have, every first-round pick you have, and I think that will get the job done. And if they ask for Devin Vassell instead of Keldon Johnson, you throw in Devin Vassell as well. You throw in whatever they want. You try your best to keep Stephon Castle if possible, but I think this is a pretty easy trade that you could get done.
What do you think Giannis' mentality is? Do you think he wants to stay long-term, or do you think he wants a championship now? Like, now?
But I think the Spurs are primed for a championship now.
You believe they're a championship now?
I think if they add a player like Giannis to their current roster, they have a bona fide superstar in Victor Wembanyama.
Would you say they're like the number one team favorite to win?
Absolutely not. But with Giannis, I think they become the number one.
With Giannis?
With Giannis. If you keep most of the core intact, you keep De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle at the 2. If you are able to keep Vassell, then you have Giannis, you have Wemby, and you fill out your bench with some of the young players you have. You still have Julian Champagnie, you have Charles Bassey, who are good role players who could come off the bench. I think you are a great team. But
understandable. How would you think the season will go?
I think they'd be obviously the West.
Obviously, the health concerns are there for Wembanyama and Giannis, right?
For Wemby, it's more so blood clots. He hasn't really had any durability issues. The blood clots are unfortunate because it is in his upper body. So it's a bit more concerning than Dame's, which was in his legs, which is the issue. And I think Giannis, the Spurs are a careful organization. I trust in the Spurs medical staff and medical team to be able to keep Giannis healthy. I think the really big thing that it comes down to is, would Giannis be willing to go to the Spurs? You know, San Antonio is a state with no income tax, by the way. San Antonio does not, or Texas does not have income tax, which is why Rockets and the Spurs are two of the biggest destinations that you'll see for Giannis, actually. And I really do think Giannis is willing to play with Wembanyama as his second star, as his co-star, and you also have De'Aaron Fox. And I think the Bucks front office really can't say no to that trade offer if Giannis is willing. And I really don't see why Giannis wouldn't be willing to play in San Antonio.